Hey Internet, welcome to Thermodynamics tutorial. This is a made-up question not found in your textbooks. Depending on whether your professors let you use software to find the answer or they want you to do it by hand, it's either an assignment question with software or it's an exam question because there are multiple linear interpolations required for this question. So we got a piston cylinder device. We have 1.5 kilograms of saturated liquid water at 200 degrees Celsius. Heat is added to the water, causing the volume to increase 5 times the original size. The cylinder now contains saturated vapor. Find the initial volume, the final temperature, the final pressure of water. Find the change in internal energy of water during this process. Step 1, draw your free body diagram, your FBD. This will help you visualize the problem. Step 2, list all the given variables, find the unknown. So we took the question and just put it in a table so it's easy to see. Step 3, find the initial formula for initial volume. So capital V initial is equal to mass multiplied by the specific volume for saturated liquid. So the F represents fluid. Step 4, find the specific volume for liquid. So we're trying to find VF. So we go to the temperature table, we go to specific volume, we go to saturated liquid. We get this value, 0.001157 meters cubed per kilogram. Step 5, plug and play, multiply the mass by the specific volume. You get 0.0017355 meters cubed, and that is the initial volume for part A. Step 6, find the final volume. You're going to need this for the final temperature in step 7. So first of all, we multiply the initial volume by 5 and we will get 0.0086775 meters cubed. Step 7, find the final temperature. So we need the final specific volume. So step 8, find the final specific volume. We need to find the final volume, which we did in step 6. I did it a little bit early. That's okay. Divide by mass. So step 9, we've got the final volume divided by mass. So the volume divided by 1.5 kilograms, you'll get 0.005785 meters cubed per kilogram. Step 10, go to the temperature table, match the specific volume, and we're going to be in the saturated vapor column because they said the final volume is fully saturated vapor. Alright, so the found specific volume, or the final specific volume, is in between. So we need to linear interpolate. Step 11, we linear interpolate for the final temperature. So our left hand side is our specific volume and our right hand side is our temperature. I just flipped them just because I'm matching the general formula for the ratio method, linear interpolation. You can do it on the right and have the temperature on the left if you really want to. Alright, so your final temperature is 366.06 degrees. Step 12, find the final temperature. Once again, we go to the table, we match the saturated vapor specific volume, and we need to linear interpolate again. So step 13, we linear interpolate for the final pressure. So left hand side is the specific volume, Right hand side is what we're trying to find, the final pressure. We'll get 20,081.21 kPa. No, this is not a typo. It is high pressures. You can check your property tables. I've had this question asked by many students. They've always asked, are you sure that's the correct pressure or correct value? And then I tell them to check their property tables. We are in the high pressure range. Alright, step 14. Find the change in internal energy formula. So capital U, so delta capital U is equal to mass multiplied by the final minus initial specific internal energies. So both are missing, we need to find them. Step 15, find the initial specific internal energy. We go to 200 degrees on the temperature table, go to internal energy, go to saturated liquid. It'll be 850.46 kilojoules per kilogram. Step 15, find the final specific internal energy. So since it's the final, we need to use the final specific volume. And then we know we have to linear interpolate. So step 16, linear interpolate for the final internal energy. And that's the specific version. So once you linear interpolate, you'll get 2,288 kilojoules per kilogram. Step 17, find the change in internal energy. So initial specific internal energy found in step 15, and the final specific internal energy is in step 16. So this is the final, and this is the initial. Both in your property tables. Okay, so you got 1.5 kilograms multiplied by the difference. So your change in internal energy is 2,156.31 kilojoules per kilogram. Disclaimers, the method is correct, however I do make calculation mistakes. I encourage you to solve it yourself and see if you get the same answer. Now before we leave, I highly encourage you to save this video onto your PC just in case this video or channel gets taken down. While I follow all copyright laws, sometimes things happen. You can do this by using snipping tool. If you never used snipping tool before, follow these instructions. If you're on a Mac, use the Mac equivalent of snipping tool. Click on the icon in your taskbar. If it's not there, go to your Windows search, type in snipping tool, open up the program. Once open, click on video option, click on new. Left click and drag the rectangle to cover the YouTube screen. This is just an example. Hit the start button in snipping tool, wait for the countdown, hit the replay button on YouTube, let the video finish, hit the red square in snipping tool to stop recording, and then save your video. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe, share with your friends because this is a made up question, so they probably won't be able to find it. If you got questions, comments, or if you found a mistake in this video, leave it in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to support me, become a member or drop a super thanks. Until next time, see ya.